Hi, this is Kevin with KGM Jam, owner Pro Advertisers Club, a totally free site to advertise. Go to proadvertisersclub.com and join for free today and start advertising for free. Okay, we have flipped Decentraland and Axie Infinity today. Uh, we are, as of now, 9 o'clock at night, $80 million on top as far as market cap goes. That puts us on top of Axie Infinity, the Sandbox data network. I think that makes us number one in the NFT market cap race. So that was good news. It did go kind of down today, uh, and it's done a little pop back up, but whatever. That's good news, and that's not surprising. What is surprising is how fast it's done it. And in a way, it's not, but it's just moving so fast. I mean, it blasted by all these uh, companies, and if that doesn't turn heads now, nothing will. Anybody denying Comey now is just in denial, or they missed the boat and they're trying to, not give it any more thrust than what already has. But like I've been saying, nobody's missed the boat. You can't get every drop unless you're got deeper wallets than anybody. But just keep doing the drops. You eventually get one. And if you don't get the drop, you keep your money. Drops are $7. Drops 120 today. Okay. Sometimes a little bit more, sometimes a little expensive. I think the highest drop you've ever had was $400 for the Spider-Man, and the lowest was $1. But the comics are always $6.99. The stamps are always $6. The sheets are going to be 120. So yeah, you're. I don't think you can ever be late. You're just going to miss out on some stuff, but everybody can get in. This is the drop for tomorrow at 11 Eastern time. It's four of them, and even the common is kind of a low. In other sets, that's an ultra rare, but they're calling that the common. So really, the whole set is just kind of rare. It's under 10,000, maybe under 7,000. They're cool looking. Good luck. It's going to be tough to get. It's $60 buy-in if you can get it, and yeah, that's about it. The I talked about earlier today on the when I videotaped the sheet drop. I'm expecting now a daily drop, multiple daily drops a day, and at some point, will they start dropping at 3 in the morning, 2 in the morning, and you're like, well, why would they do that? Well, I don't know. I have no inclination or no proof that they will, but if you live on the other side of the world right now, that's what you're doing. And if you know if there's one thing these people know, it's markets. So if they start coming out with a lot of, I guess Ultraman's the perfect example. It did good, but it didn't do as well as Marvel. But over there, Ultraman would have blown through the roof, and it still might. I don't think in China and Japan right now they can use the app. I'm not positive. So when that's all opened up over there, and they get, I think the language is only English right now too. So once they fix all that, will you be getting up at 2 in the morning to do a drop? I probably will if I can. But yeah, 4 or 5 drops. They've already done 15 in a weekend, so we know they can do that. And that was like 7 drops a day. Uh, Now the drawback is the market's not open through most of the time, so they can't. If they did like a drop every hour, that's 24 drops a day, the market would be closed and never open. So that's not going to happen. 12 drops a day, the market could be open a half an hour, depending on how they timed it. So something to keep in mind. Um, Here's the drop for Wednesday. I don't think there's one, or I'm sorry, Thursday morning. I don't think there's one Thursday afternoon yet. I didn't see anything. There might be. This is the first appearance of Captain Marvel. Uh, I think it's her first appearance. I'm not positive, but anyway, it's Thursday morning at 8 o'clock. That's all I'm going to say about it. That'll make this a short video. As you can tell, I'm exhausted. There's a drop on Thursday also, two different ones, one for the elite, and I don't know why it's doing that. And on this one, you got to have 10,000 points or more collector points. And on this one, which is a couple hours later, you got to have 0. So that's the standard pack, and that's the elite pack. Now, the reason I'm showing you this is this has nothing to do with Comey or Vivi, but the things they're doing on Top Shot is the kind of things that Vivi's going to be doing with their new drop system. And that is, you got to have a certain amount of points to even be able to buy this pack. And I'm pretty sure Vivi will have things like that where to reward the people with points over a certain, plus it stimulates the market because they want you to hold. They want, they want you to buy and sell too because they make money off it. But what they don't want is the money leaving the platform. Nobody wants that on any platform. So this is another way to help manipulate people to keep it on the platform, to keep their points up. And the scores, like mine's 202 right now. I'm not a big basketball fan, so I've just been messing around with it kind of. So, but by placing that, people want to keep above 10,000, so they got a shot at, and this has got some good stuff in it, which can make you a lot of money. But I do qualify for the stand, so I'll be doing that on Thursday. I think it's $19 a pack and all that. For the last thing, there's so many YouTube people talking about VV cover and everything. I'm always trying to look for something that nobody else is talking about or hasn't brought up. But one of the things that I did way back in one of my videos was some predictions. I like to put them out there, and then I can see if I'm right, if I'm wrong, and I don't mind being wrong. I'm used to it. So not a big deal. But one of my predictions, well, let's go over the other ones. Red Sonja will join the MCU. Well, she was part of Marvel back in the 70s. They sold the comic rights, I think, and Conan and some other ones to Dynamite. And but with this new Marvel timeline, they can bring anybody back. They can bring anybody in. So can you see them making a Red Sonja Conan movie or something, or bringing them back in with the MCU or something? Sure. But right now they're over on the comics are over on Terra Virtua. And what they've done, like they put out the first issue of Red Sonja, which was a Marvel issue back in 71, I think. And what they've done is they've covered up the Marvel with Dynamite Comics. So the Marvel bar is not on the top like on all the other comics. So maybe not. So I don't know if I'm going to be right with that one. More valuable than Bitcoin. Wasn't very hard to figure that one out. But yes, we've got 5 pieces right now more valuable than a Bitcoin. And it's only been 3 months since things really started taking off. So yeah, more valuable than Bitcoin. Amazing. Comey might regret moving to Ethereum. I don't think they're going to. I'm wrong on that one. Back, though, 3-4 months ago, there was a lot of companies leaving Ethereum and going to Solana and going to the other platforms. And I started to wonder if that wasn't a sign that because I couldn't find out the reasons why they were leaving it. It's very tight, closed why they did it. But it doesn't look like that's going to be a problem. Immutable X's seem to be really doing a good job. And the only problem now is Ethereum getting the 2.0 out. And good luck on when that's going to happen. Need to show a sign of urgency. Will licenses start going with faster platforms? I was right in maybe showing some sign of urgency, but wrong. The license going faster platforms. No, I think there's a lot of licenses who now wish they were on Vivi, especially in the last 4 months. They've started to realize that. Terra Virtua that I just mentioned, their comics which actually are the setup is nice. They got like their secret rares or their rare items that now they charge a lot more. They charge $100, but they only make 100 of them. Those got uh, covers that are live covers, moving around, animated covers, and really nice. They got Vampirilla, Red Sonja, and then a lot of other titles I never heard of. But the point I'm going to make on that is that on that platform, they put out, say they made 1,000 comics, which on Vivi, well, we saw what happened to the 1,000 comics on the Spider-Man, right? Well, they put out 1,000 comics 4 months ago, and they've still only sold 500 of them at $6.99. So if Red Sonja was on the Vivi platform, not only would those have all sold out, but they'd be very valuable right now. So now I can see why companies are probably thinking the first chance they get, or they wish they did go with Vivi. Uh, yeah, that's about as simple as I can put it. Vivi might be Disney. I don't know. They definitely talked for a long time, 3-4 years, maybe longer, before they actually came out and said they were doing it. Um, Disney's got a reputation of partnering with people. Why they build their own system. And Disney was probably smart enough to know Vivi's the game in town. So that's why I went with Vivi. That's Disney got me into Vivi. When I got that email that they're dropping comics, that's when I showed up on Vivi, even though I had heard of it before. Disney's the reason I came to Vivi. Because if Disney has vetted this company, that's all I need to hear. And so in 5 years, I pulled up the contract in one of my videos showing that in 5 years they have an option to continue for another 5, or they can get out. And is Disney unhappy? I don't think so. They're seeing what's happening on the other platforms. They love, and basically Disney's taken over the platform in a way. Uh, in fact, the top NFTs and everything is pretty much Disney, Marvel, Disney. Uh, you know, it's yeah. So is Disney building its own platform? Are they going to buy Vivi, or are they already Vivi and they're just not saying it? It's like when, remember when Walt went to buy all that land and they said another name of a company, so people wouldn't charge him an arm and a leg for the land. And then they found out that, hey, that's Disney. That's actually doing the buying. So, but anyway, let's go to the one I wanted to talk about, Legos. I said it was cool if they came out with an NFT set that each NFT was a part of the collection. Like, let's say an example would be a Lego Star Wars X-Wing fighter. So the Lego comes out, or the NFT comes out, and each NFT is a part of the Lego set. Now that would have to be a lot of NFTs, but think about the Lego lovers who would be trying to buy all those NFTs to put it together so you could build in the metaverse the actual one, and then maybe attach the real physical toy to it. I mean, there's all sorts of things. Imagination's the limit. But anyway, so I found this, and this is going to kind of raise some question marks. First Lego inspired NFTs are inbound to hit the NFT market. Now, this is not Lego. Okay. They are the first Lego inspired Lego compatible, yet they aren't in any way associated with the Lego company. Okay. I'm not going to waste any time. I'm going to show you this down here. This is what really, we all know that Disney owns Marvel. Disney has a license, a contract with Lego or vice versa, and for all the Star Wars stuff and Marvel. Well, look at this. Our first collection will contain the following 20 one-off pieces. Now, this is on OpenSea. Ant-Man, Marvel. Bane, DC. Batman, DC. Joker, DC. I don't know, Breaking Bad, Walter. Oh, Breaking Bad, yeah. Captain America, Marvel. Deadpool, Marvel, Dread, E.T., I Am Groot, Iron Man, Optimus Prime, RoboCop, Spider-Man, Terminator, Incredible Thor, V for Vendetta, Venom, and Wolverine. How in the hell? I don't know. So Disney's obviously going to be is going to have a lot of girlfriends from what it's looking like, because I had also found something else that Disney is lending out their IP for on some projects. Now they're not the comics, and so I they're testing other waters, obviously though. And the confusing thing is this has nothing to do with Lego, yet they are Lego like blocks. So I just found this today. I'm going to do a little bit more studying. I hope I put some eyes on this and we find out what's going on with that. I'm not saying it's alarming. It's confusing is probably the best word to use. But anyway, I'm tired. I'm going to bed. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like. I'm trying to get to 1,000 views so we can have some live talks or maybe get a lot more answers a lot quicker. And